Listen, man, 3.5 hours, do this together, man. It starts with us, it ends with us.
Hey, no cheers!
Thank you. God bless. Thank you guys for coming.
Man said leadership is earned. It's not given. I mean, like, come on, like you can't earn it in like a half a camp with OTAs and ain't even hit yet. You can't earn the leadership role quite yet. Man. But we gonna see what they say about it today because Fernando El Capitan Fernando Mendoza spoke today. So I'm about to see what they talking about. I haven't watched the presser. I watched like the first couple minutes so I can get the thumbnail. And I did see Coach Rob Leonard say, what was it said? Player-led defense. That's critical. That's critical. So we'll get into that. What's up with my boy Raider Twuan, though? Right back again with your boy Black, the quarterback. What's up with you?
Hey, it's always a good day in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Blessings to everybody out there, man. It's another day. The Raiders is out there on the grass. You know what I'm saying? And we ready for them to kick some. You know what I'm saying?
No. No. Hey, so it's a trip because I haven't really been paying attention. It's already day 3 at camp. I really haven't been paying attention, and kind of how I am is I'm not paying attention until they start hitting because, you know, it's easy to misconstrue a lot of things that you see before that point. And I'm just taking that from experience of just being in a camp. Like, I never really was like, okay, who's doing the better drill or who's on this 7-on-7 drill before. Because all that can change once you start hitting. All that can change when they start hitting. So I'm not really tapped in. I did see Masses. I didn't hear his name, but then I heard Hondo say something about Mendoza looking good, and of course we're gonna hear ALC looking great. And I'm like, man, I gotta get mentally prepared for this because I'm pretty sure y'all should know by now that Kirk Cousins is starting week 1. No, he said only into camp. I know, but he breaking it to y'all slowly for those that still got a heavy case of the PTSD, the post-traumatic Super Bowl deficiency. See, because Kubiak ain't got that. He just won a Super Bowl.
But
Go ahead, bro.
Kubiak told me that Mendoza's supposed to push Kirk Cousins.
Right. Exactly. What's up with my brethren, Frank Rever? What's good with you? Jack Gustav? What's up, Raider Nation? Jason running first down. What's good with it? Man, Sacktown Raider was in here early, man. Make sure y'all don't be a fair Raider, man. And hit that, you feel me, right under here, the like button, man. Let's run up the likes today because I'm trying to break through the algorithm. Ever since I've been monetized, you know, YouTube got to recalibrate your channel. So that's why I haven't been getting the impressions like I have. But I appreciate those that keep rocking with me because they do give it to the core audience. And the core audience shows up. And then that gives confidence to the YouTube. So also I want to thank last night's show. The sponsor of the show was my guy, Raider First Down. So we appreciate it for sponsoring the show. So thank you. We're going to get into this pressure, though, man, because I need to hear what needs to be said. And Coach Leonard spoke. And that's the most important person I want to hear. I got to hear what he's talking about. I got to see what him talking about. You got any thoughts before we get into it, bro?
Man, first we want to get, we got to temper our emotions, right? Because, we can't really know what's really popping until the pads start popping. But there is some things, even in some of these press conferences, again, you guys know what I say, read in between the lines, right? There's some things that you definitely want to hear from these guys moving forward. And in the press conferences, they're going to give you little nuggets here and there on how they're feeling, what they're thinking, maybe how some other guys are looking, you know what I'm saying, at camp, et cetera, et cetera. So it's always good to look at, you know, what these players are thinking. And even further, you know, I like to really listen to what these coordinators, you know what I'm saying, have to say, because they're the ones that are really, you know what I'm saying? And when I say coordinators, I'm really talking about, like, you know, Clint Kubiak. Even I know he's the head coach. We know that he's the offensive coordinator. And then, you know, definitely Rob Leonard on the defensive side. What is he seeing? What he's feeling? You know, they're really the ones that set the tone on what the expectations of the team. So I always like to listen to what the coordinators have to say, you know, in regards to the team and players too. So because then, you know, sometimes you'll hear a little bias, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll hear who they really favoring, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's catching their eye. And if someone's catching their eye, then obviously they may be getting a little more usage, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just looking at all that stuff is always good. And again, right now, like we said earlier, is them trying to set the foundation. So, you know, and we need to understand, you know, what the foundation is. So when we go into, you know, season 2 and season 3, we already know, okay, this is what they like, this is their preferences, and we'll be even more in tune with our analysis, you know, after we
Right.
establish what their foundation is.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. When I say I'm not paying attention to the hit, um, I don't I don't really mean that like literally. I mean, I kind of did, but not
Mm,
totally, because you can. Because I'm looking at it from a player aspect, but even from a player aspect, you do get little nuggets from your coach, because the coach will call you out in the media, not call you out, but like the reporter asks just the right question, right? And they're going to answer to a degree, like honestly, but they're not going to tell you everything, because they're just media trained like that. But like, just for example, when Kubiak was like, "Yeah, Masters was looking good. We want to see if he can tackle." Like, he really meant that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he meant that. But that also means, Masters, we're watching you. So that means don't start falling off now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So now, like he said, let's see what happened when you get the pass on. You don't think Coach Kubiak and the rest of them guys have talked about it or remember that? Masters needs to remember that too, and I'm sure he has. So yeah, you can't get little nuggets, like you say, out of the conversation. I just try not to look too much into it, because people look at every sentence, every rap. This person is with this, the thirds is with the twos, and the twos is with the ones, and you don't
Yeah.
really know what they're looking for when they're doing that.
There's two things I want to say about that. There's there's some content creators I seen Chase Daniels, you know what I'm saying, the NFL quarterback analyst, you know what I'm saying, trying to scientifically break down, you know what I'm saying, OTAs. Oh, Fernando Mendoza threw a great ball right there, you know what I'm saying, like, calm down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and certain guys are out there trying to really trying to get their little likes and content out there, you know what I'm saying? So they can make their money, right? And
Yeah.
it can get a little too far on that aspect. But, to what you said, and like, you're going off of what I was saying in regards to the coordinators and coaches saying, like you said, Masses, them talking about, hey, Masters, I need to see if you can tackle or whatever, right? Let's keep it all the way. These players, they also watch these press conferences.
For
So
sure.
Masters definitely watched when his coach said, "Hey, I need to see this out of you," because again, he's trying to make the team. So any information that'll give him a one up to make the roster, yeah. If my head coach is over there running his mouth saying I need to learn how to tackle, you know what I'm
I need to
saying?
listen.
Yeah, then after practice, I need to be hitting the bag. You know what I'm saying? Getting some extra reps in, because again, that's what my coach wants to see, right? So I these guys listen to these press conferences, and you know what I'm saying, they may not necessarily watch the content creators like us, you know what I'm saying, some of them do, but you know, saying the ones that try to avoid little old us, they definitely watching the main press conference to see, hey, who got called out, and if my name got called out, then definitely after practice is over, I'm gonna be making sure I get some extra reps in that so I can stay on this team.
Yeah. So I know a lot of content creators are doing like this day by day breakdown what happened in practice. I haven't got there yet. So I'm just about to sit here, chill, watch and see what this presser talking about. And then I'm gonna listen to a couple people or whatever and see. But once we start getting to about the fifth and sixth practice, then when stuff start heating up, then I'll probably start kind of being nosy and I'll listen to the gossip guys and see what they talking about when it comes to practice, because everybody gonna be then done good by the time we get to the sixth practice. So we'll see. But let's check out Coach Rob Leonard, the guy I'm backing him 100%. I'm backing him 100%. So let's see what he's talking about.
What's up, guys?
All right, guys, whenever you're ready.
Robbie, I know you didn't get to see him in the spring much, but Fernando Quay, you got to love that athleticism.
Oh, of course. Like I said, you know, he sticks. I think it's pretty glaring in individual, his natural talent, and it's fun to see him progress. We're just working along. Yeah, he's an exciting prospect.
How's working with the ones a little bit too? What have you seen from him?
Yeah, I mean, it truly is competitive from the ones, the twos, the threes. We're really trying to make it a fair competition, but he's controlling everything he can. He has that good balance right now of being humble as a rookie, but being confident enough in what we're asking him to do to go out and execute. Not scared to make a play, but he's been doing a good job.
How has Max Crosby been since coming back? This is his first time practicing, probably since December.
Yeah. He's so steady. I'm like, Max is Max. You know what I mean? Like, he loves football. And I just think in terms of, you know, what Coach is talking about with team first approach and him embracing that and really connecting with everybody and talking about, you know, all the things behind the scenes, like talking to a player one-on-one, he's been very intentional about and being a leader.
So, see, that's what I was talking about last night. I'm not even going to harbor this a lot, but that's what I was talking about. Like, he does all those things. So something like what he did yesterday, I'm thinking if that usurps all the stuff that he do behind the scenes and the things he said he do, then that's why I was like, we in trouble if that is the case. And if you want me to stop it, all you gotta just start talking and then I'll just stop it. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
You mentioned in OTA is a mandatory minicamp. If you're going to make a mistake, make it fast.
Yeah.
Have you seen those guys reciprocate that and understand that?
I have for the most part. It's like, you know, you want them to coach, you want them to feel comfortable. This is the time for mistakes. And we talk about, you know, in the off season was a lot of what I would call lecture of like, these are our techniques and this is exactly what we're asking for. But, you know, now I'm trying to press, you know, player-led defense about, you know, I want them to have control, confidence to get in and out of whatever we're doing out there and make a decision. And we'll talk about, as you learn, the strengths and weaknesses of the decision you made, you know, why we're trying to do that. I think the why is a big thing that we're emphasizing right now.
Obviously, you're still finding the identity of the defense, but when people look at it at the end of camp, what do you want them to see?
I said it in the spring. I'll say it again. It's style of play. That's the red blinking meter. No scheme will save you in this league. If you're having MEs, if you're not playing hard, if you're not taking the ball away, those are like the red blinking meter that something's not right. You're doing too much or guys can't do what you're asking. And so as long as the execution and the effort and the fundamentals are right, then you know you're headed in the right direction. But, you know, that's kind of home base for me. So it's style of play. You know, I said style of play over all else. It's not really – I mean, that's the truth.
Robbie, how big of a safety blanket is it to have a weapon like Quay Walker who can just attack from anywhere on the field?
Quay's great. That little Georgia Bulldog group between him, Nakobe, and Stokes. Between Stokes and Stukes and Kean and Keyron, I keep messing that up. But, you know, Quay's been awesome. He's been awesome. He loves to be pushed. He loves to be coached hard. I really enjoy coaching him.
What stood out about getting Nakobe out there for the last few days now?
Command. confidence. Robbie, get out of my huddle. I got it. I want to get up in there and start up, but that's not reality of how the game's played. Just leadership, and it feels good to have that at the Mike linebacker.
What stood out to you most?
That
When you have a lot of players that have had experience
right
with
there.
each other,
that right there is key. He talked about, he ain't got to worry about going out there and trying to, the guys are knowing what's cooking. Linebackers knowing exactly what to do. Why? Because they're the ones that have to communicate to everybody else what needs to be done. It's putting things in perspective, right? You have a coordinator. His job is to make sure, the call is what the call is. Then the linebackers are communicating the call, and if there's something they see, or some adjustment that needs to be made, or some alignment that needs to be, a D lineman, I need you to slide over a little bit, like stuff like that. Like that's the communication that needs to be set. And at this point, and this is early, that Robbie Leonard doesn't have to babysit. Getting the call in and making sure the call is like, that is a good thing to have. It cuts a whole lot of confusion out the way. I can keep going. Like it makes the order of command and operations a whole lot easier when you got someone out there that is competent, especially at the green dot.
One thing I do like is the fact that he's taking command of his huddle and responsibility of his huddle, which essentially is the defense itself. And so, like the faster you do that, the quicker you can make the mistakes and make the adjustments instead of listening to the coach for a couple of weeks or like 6 practices, and then he kind of like take the training wheels off and then see how you kind of handle it. Nah, he just like let's take the training wheels off right now, and let's try to get into a flow state right now and communicate what we need, so that way by the time the season roll around, there's some level of familiarity. And that's why we brought in a lot of players that's played together, is to help that familiarity curve, like to at least catch up to it, because we could be behind it. I don't know how far. We'll see when they start playing, but generally when you start with an all-new defense with a whole bunch of new players, it takes a half a season or so before they start really understanding what each other does or each other do.
But even at this point, I think it's not, again, there's no pads, and we have to continue to say that there's no pads, but what they're looking for is, are we lining up right? You know what I'm saying? Are we doing, whatever if it's cover 2, is the safety in the right spot? Is the outside linebacker dropping, dropping to his zone? Is, like all of those things are important. And again, that communication has to be in set. Like, and then also, even more important, like you said, the alignment is the alignment of the D line, right? When they're doing, when they're doing their run fits, like, okay, I need the D line. I need my nose or my 2 tech or my 3 tech to slide over, because I need me as a middle linebacker, I'm coming through the B gap. Like those are the things that have to be communicated. Those are the things, the movements that have to take place without the pads, because again, whatever you do without pads is the same thing you're going to do without pads, with pads. If you don't hit that A gap without pads, you're not going to hit the A gap with pads. Pads are not going to help you be a better defensive player. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to the pads are not going to help you get in the right position. So right now they're just trying to make sure that everybody is run fitting. Everybody's in their pass, in their passing zones and everything else. And it takes effective and clear communication for that to take place. So, obviously right now it seems like, Robbie Leonard is pleased with the communication that's going forward.
Policy from Mendoza, Quay, and we also have like Dalton and Jesus. How much is that? We have a lot of players that have had experience with each other, like a policy from Mendoza, Quay, and we also have like Dalton and Jesus. How much does that help as you try to build a culture that they've had some familiarity with each other?
A lot. You're looking for genuine relationships are real in this profession. I always like to observe and how people are actually communicating, what they're saying when they're getting Gatorade on a water break. And when you know somebody like that, we don't have the luxury of time to develop relationships. And when they know each other, it does help, and to create that brotherhood you're looking for, that connection. Coach talked about, being the most connected. That's really important. I believe in that wholeheartedly.
What has stood out to you about the secondary group? Their communication seems to be pretty high this early on in camp.
It's getting better. It's getting better. It's not we want a noisy defense. It's getting better. I'm always pushing that of the calls on the field. It makes you feel good that we're all on the same page. And like I said, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. You're talking to somebody else. If somebody else is hesitating in the way you're communicating, they don't believe what you're saying. But you're always pushing that. To me, it's a standard of you never got it. It always can be better.
You mentioned turnovers and how important getting turnovers are. You run in a lot of guys that have a history of getting turnovers. How important is that? See ball, get ball, and it's a natural instinct.
Yeah, ball skills. You guys all know guys that can catch and guys that can't, right? So, that's a natural thing, and that's part of my, they can do it. And then we track it, like how much ball production we have today. And again, I go back to the red blinking meter. If we didn't have any PBUs, batted balls, interceptions, what do we got to do to fix it?
What are your thoughts on talking Hemingway?
Maturity, consistency. He is quiet now, but he has done everything right that he controls from the off season. Learned a lot of his routine from Max. It's been fun to watch him develop as a man, as a player. Now he's got to carry it over to pads.
What has Teron Johnson added to that secondary group?
Same thing with Nakobe, confidence, anticipation, command. Even if we're not right, he's going to make a call and go. Guys listen to him. Physicality. And just honestly, he's like an energy bus guy. He's I love those guys. Energizer Bunny, he's one of those.
Okay, so a couple things. Man, can y'all give Teron or Taryn his money? Can y'all give that man his money? Because I remember when he was holding out and we were just saying, it's business protocol for you to sit out until they give you your money. And I said, if he really want to be a part of this team, he should show good faith and go out there without the contract signed. And the Raiders should take care of it. I would think by camp, but at least the first weekend of camp or something. What are y'all trying to see if he gonna be that guy? Okay, cool. I can understand that. So by the sixth practice, well, what y'all gonna wait to? I don't know. What we waiting on? Can y'all get that man his money though? Because if it's obvious we're gonna need him, so we might as well just go and get the man his money. Anything what you think? Any thoughts?
No,
you on mute.
I'm with Teron Johnson, man. Look, he's here. I know he does have a contract. He's looking to get his money, and there might be some movement there because again, I'm not trying to mess up Teron's money, but if that money's gonna cut us from getting Vita Vea, Hey, Teron, you might just have to sit on that contract, bro.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, and I'm saying, you know, I'm being honest, but I'm being, you know, I'm also kind of joking about that a bit. But you know, definitely Teron Johnson is doing what he needs to do. I knew that he was going to be a good guy for us in the slot. We haven't had a real good slot you know, corner in a while. We've been trying to have a project, you know what I'm saying, a young project, try to fill that spot, you know what I'm saying, since I think maybe the last time we had a really good slot was Nate Hobbs, you know, and Nate Hobbs was dealing with injuries, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, we'll see how, you know, again, we'll see how all these pieces are put together, but definitely what I've been getting from camp in regards to Teron Johnson is he's been very consistent, and that's a good thing. And it's not consistently bad. It's actually been consistently good. So, you know, again, it's no pads are on, but it's consistently good for Teron Johnson.
See what y'all doing, y'all. What do you say? It would have been a horrible look if coach or coordinator came to the podium with no shirt. I'm gonna let y'all have that. I'm gonna let y'all have that.
Part two.
Right. Oh, right. Anybody coming to the podium, man or woman, needs to have a shirt on at this point. Rocky Rewind. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all have it right now. What's up? What's up with you, Ray? I'm gonna let y'all have it. Let's see here. You can probably Google it. Okay, cool. So
how many ice cubes was that? You know what I'm saying? How many ice cubes was that?
how many ice cubes is that? I'm gonna get at 3 of them things. I'm gonna give them 3 of them. Like they better not, cause for one, they tats don't look as good as Max's. For one, his tats look nice. And second of all, they not running on the field chasing nobody. But it's cool. I said I was going to let y'all have it. That's my one ice cube work right there. So let's see what Coach. Oh, he was talking about Tonka. Well, you know, he's saying pretty much Tonka is doing everything asked for him. He's controlling his controllables. And I think with Tonka, it's going to boil down to what we see on the field.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to have like a maturity. He carries himself like a vet. Where does that show up on the field for him?
Yeah, all over. You know, it's working with him. He mentally knows what to do, and it's getting him to trust and have that confidence to you know, like any rookie in their development, of trusting his technique, trusting what he's saying, his eyes, and he's right where he should be. I think he's doing a good job.
Same building, but you're walking in under a new role. Does anything change for you mentally as you take on your first time as a defensive coordinator?
Probably should, but mentally, no. I mean, I try to be myself. And like I said, I try to coach the defense with the same mentality I coach the D-line. Very proud of the brotherhood, the team-first approach in the D-line room, and trying to create that with the entire unit has been a lot of fun. Yeah.
What does Quay bring to the defensive line that it did not have last season?
I really do.
It did not have. I got to do a comparison. I mean, can I just talk about what he actually brings, instead of what we didn't have? No, he's physical. He's a very strong guy that can bend. Typically, if you're strong, you're stiff, right? You know, and he can bend. I love Quay. I love Quay coming out of Michigan when he came out, and you know, those physicality, size, versatility, consistent as a human being, you know, with his routine, emotionally. He's the same guy every day, and he's a fun guy to coach.
How much can positional versatility influence schematic versatility?
Say that again.
How much can positional versatility guys can actually do different things in different spots? How much can that influence like schematic versatility?
Yeah, they're kind of tied together, right? So if you have versatility as a player, the more you can schematically adjust to that. Does that answer your question?
What the hell are they doing having 2 interviews in the same room?
You know what? I was tripping on that. I'm like, come on now, Raiders. Like, that was one thing that I was like, come on, we kind of high classed over here. Like, why we got someone in the back frying fish and cooking chicken? Like, what's going on? Like, that one mic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm Nas. You know what I'm saying? All I need is one mic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And right now it needs to be Robbie Leonard. I don't think there was any other, like, I really don't think there was any other press. Like, just in my mind, I'm like, what other interview was going on, like, behind the scenes? Like, but like, they got to do better than that. Like, and I give a pass. I give a pass to the lawnmowers or whatever else is the go-karts or whatever, but they need to put some mufflers on them things or something like that. They need, you know what I'm saying? They got Flowmasters on their gardening field equipment out there, because when that dude be coming by, you clearly hear him.
Yeah, coach is having a hard time hearing the question. Like, dang.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Talk about the communication, how it's growing within that secondary. Obviously, it's a young group, but you look at Hezekiah and Jermod and even Darian. What are the benefits, would you say, to having such a young secondary, athletically speaking, or just in terms of mentality?
What are the benefits of them just being athletic?
Yeah, just benefits of them being like young and in the position that they're in.
Yeah, it's. I was listening to Kirk talk about the quarterback competition. It's like they're competing, but you're not lined up out there against the other guy. So in the room, it's like you're competing against yourself, the other guy. If he made a play, you want to make a play. They all are such different players in how they play corner. It's nice to see the brotherhood in there, and then watch them out here competing, trying to help each other. How do you see this? How do you do that? It's really how it's going.
All right, we'll do one more, guys.
Yeah.
What's your focus? What are you looking for before the pads come on?
Clean execution, how we break the huddle, how we communicate, everything before the snap. And then once the snap, before the pads, pads just expose if your technique's on point. If you have bad technique, you're going to be on the ground getting your butt kicked. So it's going to expose your training. So sticking with the fundamentals.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Happy that's over?
Huh?
Yeah, I saw
My son was sitting right next to you.
Oh, really?
I said, I bet you he glad that interview was over.
Oh man.
Like,
Hey, they need to get it together over there, Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Some of your stuff is really good, but some of your stuff is you know what I'm saying, is giving some other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I would say most of it is good, but this just is clearly just not gonna move. Don't let this keep happening, bro. I can understand one day everything just didn't line up. I get it. It's cool. Just because we don't normally have to go through this, but come on, like you said, we got a little bit more pride in class where we at right now. Let's step it up. I'm surprised he didn't say, "Hey man, y'all shut up" or something.
For real, like just turned his head like, "Hey, can y'all be quiet?"
Yeah, like, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's clear that they would. Because I heard it sounded like it was Quay Crawford talking about, man, I got his back and he got mine, and he was juiced. I was like, man, I'm listening to one interview and looking at another. Like,
Somebody was back there ready to run through a wall. I'm just saying.
yeah. All right. Speaking of running through a wall, let's see what let's see what the Mandalorian is saying. Like, because the quarterback battle that y'all see unraveling, I'm just saying, like, you know who I'm waiting to see? I'm waiting to see AOC. That's who I'm waiting to see.
Hey, to be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie to you. He may not even get any podium time, because at this point everybody's so stuck on QB1 and QB3 that they forget about the QB
Right.
too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
That's just where it's at. Unfortunately, let's go ahead and listen to QB3 right now.
QB3.
Eyes in the sky, man. Eyes in the sky.
You know, it didn't feel 3 hours. It was a great movie.
Fernando, yesterday your first training camp practice, but even today, just seemed improved even from the day one. Did it feel that way? Just more comfortable, maybe third?
Yeah, I was telling some of the other quarterbacks this. You know, when it was rookie mini camp and OTAs, you know, it happens very quick. However, now in training camp, I truly feel like a member of the team rather than a new rookie on the scene. Especially, I feel like a lot of the rookies feel that way too. Having the summer to digest the playbook, get extra meeting time, and every day it's more and more reps that I get. I feel like the entire team improves. The entire team improves every single rep we get. So the more experience we put out there on the field, the more beneficial for everybody.
What specifically did you take from those practices that helped you this week?
Coach Sullivan had me do a great exercise where he had me watch every single play of my OTAs, detail it on what were the problems of that play, and kind of to rate my, timing, accuracy, footwork, progression. And through that, I was able to see some common themes and common mishaps I would have on certain concepts. So I was able to reflect on them throughout the summer, walk through them. And then now when I'm here in training camp, I'm able to, when I feel those urges come up, I'm able to kill them and make the right play, whether that's take a calculated shot down the field, whether that's taking a check down, or whether that's throwing the ball away.
Yesterday, Andrew Dinoco said that your biggest place of improvement was your command of the offense. Where do you see that you have improved the most?
I believe with comfortability and with also not just knowing the scheme, but also knowing the guys better and creating a better relationship with them, the command goes, it levels up. And the command comes from the offensive line telling me, hey, you need to be louder in the huddle. We need to hear a better cadence. And I'm learning a lot from those guys, whether it's the offensive line, running backs, tight ends, or receivers. Those veteran guys who are year two and beyond, them giving me feedback, and and then we're all coming together, and then they're helping my command, but I'm really taking part of their command.
Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. First, I'm gonna need you to calm down and slow down, Beaver. You're a little too excited. No, but it's good though because you're a rookie, and I like that bright-eyed, bushy-tail approach. Now, let me preface what I'm about to say with this is what I was saying. What I'm gonna preface is this is not to take away from Fernando because he's exactly where I expect him to be. Remember, I was saying that the difference between him and Kirk Cousins is if they both was having a conversation with Tyler Lindenbaum would listen to Kirk Cousins more than he would listen to Fernando because Fernando has less information at this point. So he has to rely on what Tyler said, Linderbaum see, because he's the one with the experience. And Mendoza, and so now Mendoza just said that. So he's right where I expect him to be. This is why I know he won't start because he has to get to a point where he don't have to always be telling Tyler what it is, what's going on, but at least sometime. He's not even in that space. Y'all don't even understand how hard it is just to remember the plays in the playbook. So he got a long way to go. Like y'all, I hope we in the back seat. Like if you was in the back, right, and you was driving to Vegas, it's like 6 to 8 hours, depending on who driving. Just get in the back seat, roll up, and just enjoy the ride until you get to at least Bakersfield. We ain't even out the bay yet. So him starting is not going to happen, y'all. It just ain't. Just because what he just said right there, let me know that he is just I'm chilling. I'm the guy that's gonna sit in the back and roll up for y'all and just chill and or I'm sorry, that might be a little too graphic. Or you're sitting shotgun. You're the one that's gonna play the music and get the drinks out the bag and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So that's where Mendoza is, but he QB3, so he in the back seat like Twuan said.
And this is why people don't like my takes. Because I'm not a Nando sexual.
Okay?
Look, this is where people and this is why I say he's the QB3. Clearly, he's even saying it. If Kirk Cousins goes out there week 1, does an Aaron Rodgers?
Knock on wood if you with me.
If he does an Aaron Rodgers, are we really throwing Fernando Mendoza out there week 1? That's why people are like, oh, I believe he's not the QB3, he's the QB2. No, let's go week 1 and play this out. If Kirk Cousins gets hurt, who's going to be able to keep things going, possibly know how to get out of a few things, and can read an NFL defense? Not Fernando Mendoza, because he hasn't seen an NFL defense. And you cannot say him playing in preseason is an NFL defense, because some of those guys you're going to see later on picking you up in a Lyft in the Uber. So just calm down. Let Fernando Mendoza learn everything that he needs to learn, while these quarterbacks allow him time to figure it out. Because he's not going to have it when we really need him, when we need it early. He's not going to have it. RPO is different from the West Coast offense. So there's a lot of factors in. We were just talking about him he was getting snaps in the hotel room. If you want to call that a pause or whatever. So let's just pause. I know we're excited about it. He's the QB3 at this point. Because again, when you look at factually, if Kirk Cousins goes down, are we throwing Fernando Mendoza out there that's barely getting the playbook and figuring out the playbook and what to do in the playbook? Listen to him. He's telling you where he needs the help at. And are we going to throw that out there week 1?
But the thing about it, they want him to be like how he is. Just like Webb is saying, he got more questions than answers right now. And I like that. I love that. Because they're giving him an environment to be like that instead of being like, bro, you need to learn this and play at this level at least because we only got like 6 weeks or whatever the number is. You know, that's a different pressure than, look, we got 2 quarterbacks that's capable. You just chill and just learn it and just be the person that we're drafting. You're the one that got me really to understand that he's a QB3 because although he's not the third best quarterback in this room, he is QB3 though.
And sorry to cut you off there. I'm not saying that Fernando Mendoza ain't a better talented quarterback than AOC. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying in regards to where trying to keep the team together and hold the offense together and not just throw this rookie out there that's really wet behind his ears. Like, that's why we got these guys in place. That's why we got them here. That's why Kirk Cousins was a number one priority. You know what I'm saying? Coming in here as a free agent, and you know, Clint Kubiak constantly brings up Aiden O'Connell in his press conferences, because he knows that, hey, those are the guys that are going to hold it together until Fernando gets it together.
That was bar. That was bar. This is for 12. What's good with you, brother? And you said, I never played quarterback, but I know for a fact it's no joke, especially at the NFL level. Yeah, for real. I was thinking about it earlier today. I was like, I should just pick 5 plays. I'm talking about 5 play calls and see if y'all can remember them. Like the next time we do a live, like tomorrow or something. I wish I could test them people and then tell me what they do and with the line call and all that. I bet you a lot of people can't do it. I won't even say most. I'm gonna say a lot. But I think most people won't be able to do it. These guys gotta literally learn this stuff, and it's a lot of it. And for him to take his time, that's a luxury. And that's a luxury that we're afforded. That's why they went out and got Kirk Cousins.
You seemed like you played super confident today. What's changed for you mentally since rookie minicamp?
Yeah, I believe that when you have a better understanding of the schematics and the scheme of why you're calling the play, what the play is, you're able.
Oh wait, that's why the Beaver's so excited. He played good today. That's what it. Okay, I see.
To be more comfortable and calm, especially in OTAs. I'm doing all the rookies are doing their best to learn the playbook. But when we have this big summer break to actually dive in the playbook and understand the ins and outs of it, it gives you more chance to actually read the defense. And when you're able to read the defense and know, you know, the plays like the back of your hand, you're able to be more calm, comfortable. You know where your hot routes are. You know, I still need to improve on my protection and intelligence. And
I had to stop it because he just told us. He's telling us these are. Like Twuan said, he's telling us I gotta stop it so y'all. He even said it jokingly, like not jokingly, but like, like because he's being real about the situation. So hold on, let me rewind that. But I told y'all he was gonna have problems with the protection.
And you know, the plays like the back of your hand, you're able to be more calm, comfortable. You know where your hot routes are. You know, I still need to improve on my protection and intelligence, and you know, my checks there. But
that's how you get hurt if you don't.
Creating a larger and better understanding of the schematics has helped me calm down, know where my outs are, and just be more confident in general.
It's been a lot of.
Go ahead, bro.
We are trying to kill this quarterback. He doesn't know his protections yet. What are protections, ladies? Let's go football 101. What are protections? The thing that keeps the quarterback from not having a concussion. Protections are the thing that helps the quarterback immediately not run for his life. So we want this quarterback that does not have the protections down yet to go out there and get blasted, kid. And what will we be doing next year? Or let me back it up even further. What will we be doing in week 12? Having Samoan Raider and everybody else dancing for tanking? Do we want to go back to that again?
Yes.
Because let me keep it a buck. Some of y'all was tanking. And like one of my other content creators would say, twerking. So stop and I'll say his name. Shout out to Matthew Shepard calling people out saying they was twerking. because that's what a lot of some of y'all was doing. So now we got this guy. Let's keep this guy protected. That's why we got 2 quarterbacks protected. Learning his protections, protected. Again, this is for the long haul. For the long haul. People, get it. Get it.
Conversations about under center. How have you felt that you continue to grow as an under center quarterback?
I feel like I've grown a lot. I've done a lot of snaps and a lot of extra snaps with the centers and spent a lot of time with them on and off the field, whether it's Trey, Jordan, Will, and of course, Tyler. You know, all those guys have been fantastic teammates, and they've been fantastic with me, not having a lot of under center experience, being willing to get 5, 10 extra snaps. And so that has helped me a lot and being more comfortable rather than having to worry about, getting the snap, especially when it was early on, like, oh man, 50% of this play, like I need to get the snap, rest of the play doesn't go, to then, okay, I'm more comfortable. I believe in my preparation and believe in the preparation the other centers have done as well. I feel comfortable. Let me look at the defense. Let me digest my process and system.
During that break, how did you guys?
I need to put on my television shows. He literally is saying exactly what I said what he's going to have to learn, that people are minimizing. Like the whole process. Like, you got to get the ball first before you even anything go anywhere. And people think it's just as simple as sticking your hand up somebody's butt and the ball go there. And that's like before even the play, like he said, the play can't work if he don't get the ball. 5, 10 snaps. That boy getting in 5 and 10 snaps just randomly, like, and the learning curve is gonna get shorter and shorter because he's putting in the work. But this just goes to show you how important it is.
Just listen to. Don't. Look. I look. As much as I would love for y'all to listen to me, just listen to. Take what Fernando Mendoza. We know Fernando Mendoza ain't a guy that ain't gonna be up there lying to you. He probably gonna be the most truthful person. You know what I'm saying? That will touch this podium. You know what I'm saying? So if he's telling you what he needs to do, ask yourself, is he really ready to go out there? Will he eventually get there? Yes. But is he ready now? No.
You make sure that when you were learning just the playbook and all that you
have done as well, I feel comfortable. Let me look at the defense. Let me digest my process and system.
During that break, how did you make sure that when you were learning just the playbook and all that you retained that information as you're getting ready for training camp?
I've learned a lot, especially from the coaches and the quarterbacks in the room, the way that Kirk and Aiden, the intellect that they have, and the way, especially that Kirk, the way that he diagrams and the way that he draws out plays and sorts them in different groups, whether it's play actions, bad hot plays, 3
plays. But didn't I hear him say, especially that Kirk? Is that what he said?
3-by-1, and the way that he draws out plays and sorts them in different groups, whether it's play actions, the intellect that they have, and the way, especially that Kirk, the way that he diagrams and the way that he draws out plays and sorts them in different groups, whether it's play actions, bad hot plays, 3-by-1 level concepts, whatever it is, the way he groups them, and kind of you see the Kubiak system, which is a fantastic system, mold together. It gave me a better understanding, and I know the other rookies better understanding of the why behind the offense, why run this play, and we're complementing it with this. So it was a good moment. I still have a long way to go. I feel more comfortable, but I am nowhere near where I need to be, especially with learning the playbook, and I still need to go a lot longer and attack the playbook harder. So I'm still ways away.
Get me off this YouTube. Get me off this YouTube. What? I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You in a safe space.
What did he say? What did he say? Can someone put it in the chat? Somebody put it in the chat. What did Fernando Mendoza say? Because I hope I'm not the only one that heard that. Am I the only one? Can someone help me out and tell me what Mendoza said? Maybe I didn't hear it. Maybe I need to, go see the doctor and clean out my ears a bit.
Furpo, what's good with your brethren? No, bro. I don't know how any more clear than you can get from what he just said. But hold on, let's go back a little bit.
But I am nowhere near where I need to be, especially with learning the playbook, and I still need to go a lot longer and attack the playbook harder. So I'm still ways away. But
ways away, like.
And can I give a little more context to that?
Go ahead, bro.
We've been knowing for how long Fernando Mendoza was going to be our quarterback. We've been knowing how long Clint Kubiak was going to be our head coach. Didn't we not know that Mendoza had the playbook before anybody else got the playbook? So he had the playbook before anybody else had the playbook. And still, what did Fernando Mendoza say? Not what I said. What did Fernando Mendoza say? I'm nowhere close. I'm
nowhere close. Yeah, that's what he said. Hey, so Justice for 12 says, hey, Black, you say a psychic a while back said Mendoza will win the Super Bowl eventually, but finish his career with another team. It wasn't a psychic, it was the AI. They AI'd his whole career. And then he was supposed to go to the Super Bowl and lose the first one, but win, I think, a couple of them, but then finish his career, not finish his career with the, no, he's going to finish his career with the Raiders, but he's going to go to another team, I think. Yeah, but that's what the AI said. Let me see. Yeah. Frank said, Webb said he knows. He actually telling the truth. We're not used to that. That's what it is. We're not used to the truth. We can't handle the truth.
No, it ain't handling the truth. It's denying the truth. He's telling you flat out where he's at. And we want this guy to start week 1.
I feel like I'm more comfortable from day 2, especially from day 1.
Today's the most I've seen you correct guys. Not a jerk, just putting him in the right spots. Is that just familiarity with the playbook that now that you know it, you can help some other guys more?
See, he just told you he don't know the playbook, but you talking about now that he know it. See, this is why I don't like to listen to these guys. Because he literally took what he said and went in one ear and out the other. Even if he didn't literally mean it like that, that's what he just asked them. Like, he literally said he don't know the playbook like that. He far from it. Then you're going to say, well, this is the most comfortable I've seen because you were telling people what to do and where to go. Not to being a jerk or nothing like that. But now that you know the playbook, like, no, bro, he just told you he don't know it. Am I tripping, Twuan, or what? Am I tripping?
That again, here it goes. Here's the balance and the issue. You have and I'm gonna say the word again. Here go these Nando sexuals that have elevated this guy and all these writers, they have to appease that sector of the fan base. So they have to ask these questions. They have to deny even the stuff that's coming out of the horse's mouth.
Right.
So
you're right, bro.
What they need to, you know what I'm saying, get on their computers and write out.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
That's where, again, some of these writers and content creators, they're even denying, and maybe they weren't aware of where Fernando Mendoza was, but he has admitted it today that this is where he's at. And if they don't address that, or if they don't, then they want to keep people in delusion. They want to keep the uproar and the discourse, right? I think another reason why Clint Kubiak in his presser, and I believe it was his first presser for the training camp, he made it clear that Kirk Cousins was the number one. Why? Because he didn't want confusion at camp. What are all these other teams in the league doing? Oh, I'm sorry. Some people don't follow the league, right? But let me educate you on some of the things that are happening in the league. Other teams in the league do have quarterback battles. Let's go talk about the drama that's going on in Cleveland, where it could be Team Shador or it could be Team Deshaun Watson. By the way, Jerry Jeudy has just put out recently that he is Team Deshaun Watson. What is that doing for the locker room? Confusion. So, clarity, Clint Kubiak. Kirk Cousins goes up there. Confident as all get up because he knows that he's the starter. And then Fernando Mendoza comes in and tells you,
nowhere near close.
I'm not close. I'm nowhere even close to being ready. And you still want to deny it?
Hey, Sacktown Mike said Nando sexual. That's a good one, Twine. Couldn't have said it better. He right though. That was hella funny when I heard that.
Hey, if you hear somebody else saying it, tell them, hey, they need to put respect on Raider Twuan in the congregation's name.
You feel me? And you need to put something in the bucket too. Hey, it's 420 in the 707. Smoke them if you got them. Hey, let me know where y'all from in the chat. Put them area codes in the chat. I haven't asked y'all in a while. Let me see. He said, thanks. He said, I'm ready if you are. For sure, I am. Let's see. He said, Black. It's the media and journalists that want to see Mendoza out there so bad, despite him saying he don't know the playbook all the way and certain things he still needs to learn. Yeah, it is them. And then it's these, like you said, it's these content creators that perpetuating it. It rolls just like that game of telephone. You tell the person next to you, and then the facts just get distorted. The more levels it go. That's crazy. That's hella funny. But let's see what this boy keep telling us the truth.
Yeah, and I think it also stems with the relationship everybody has with each other, especially as you see OTAs and day one, and even sometimes today in day two. I mean, it's very small sample size being one day, but there are a lot of times that, like I said, the offensive line would correct me, the running backs, the tight ends, receivers, they would help put me in place. And so it's our relationship that we have, that dynamic relationship where we are able to hold each other accountable, but not in a way of being demeaning or in a negative light, in a positive, hey, we want to move the down. We want to move the ball and move the chains. Hey, this is what I heard. Hey, maybe it's some confusion. Let's clear it up on both ends.
It's one thing to kind of like, be around Max Crosby, you see him on film and talk to him in the hallway, but how much different is it to now see him at practice on the sideline or go up against him?
To be able to go up against him, I haven't actually had a rep against him, thankfully, but he's a fantastic competitor, and the intellect that he's been able to give me and the advice, because everyone's seen how much he's grown from his rookie year to now being the all-pro superstar that he is. The little bits of wisdom, and I understand that defensive end and quarterback are two different positions, but the mentality of attacking and being a leader of the team and growing within your career are the same. And so I really look up to him, and any bits of advice that he's given me, I've taken to heart, and I really do appreciate his leadership, not only on the defense, but on the offense and the special teams, has benefited me a lot.
Bro, this boy, man, this boy gonna be something else when he finished growing up, man. The way he answers these questions and the way he take you with the answers and they still vanilla is amazing.
Yeah.
You and Kirk have talked about competing with each other and not against each other. Can you just talk about the mindset that it takes to, go into a battle and go up against the opponent without like an ill will for who you're competing against?
Well, before you answer that, why ain't nobody say nothing about his Raider shirt? It ain't no Raider emblem on that shirt. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that.
Well,
Huh?
but you know what? It's not a Raider one, but it's an NFL one.
No.
Look,
It ain't the same.
Look right
All I
above.
see is the NFL one, but it's not the same.
Okay.
It ain't the same.
Hey, does Max Crosby got the NFL logo
Logo on him.
on his body? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody
he
had
tagged
the Raider
NFL logo
emblem
on him.
though. Nobody had the Raider emblem on him though. He actually had a Raider emblem on him though. So now that's more representative than an NFL shirt with no logo.
Hey, put
So
a
y'all ain't
shirt
saying
on,
nothing about that.
Put a shirt on, dog.
Put a shirt on, dog. So what is a Nike shirt? It could be a Puma shirt. It ain't got no Raider emblem on it. I don't want to hear that. I knew y'all was gonna move the goalpost. That's why I kicked it first.
Who writes his check? You know what I'm saying? The tattoo
No,
artist
I don't want to hear that.
or the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Who
I ain't
writes
trying to hear
his
it.
Yeah, I believe that the entire quarterback room is competing with each other.
I keep trying to tell y'all, they try to make them one, the collective room. Nobody stands out, but they all know their role and
We're
position.
all trying to bring each other's standard up, whether it's Aiden, Jacob, Kirk, or me. We're all trying to bring each other's standards up. And for me, it's only day 2 training camp, and I believe we all trust what Coach Kubiak, Coach Sunoco, and Coach Sullivan, the decision they make. And I'm focused on just the next rep. How can I get better? There's some mistakes I made out there today that I want to improve for the next time. And I'm going to do that by asking the coaches, by asking Kirk, by asking Aiden, by asking Jacob, and by being able to ask those veteran leaders in the room. I think it's a beautiful thing that we're all pushing each other's standard up.
You mentioned Kubiak and his offense, and it's awesome. What is it that stands out to you about that offense?
I think the balance of the offense, and as a quarterback, this is pretty basic, but the pass is sexy. But I believe that the outside zone scheme and schematics of the run that comes from, the Shanahan tree is a great system, and it really complements off each other. It lets the offensive line and their talents shine. It lets the running backs and their talents shine. And at the end of the day, the game is built on the run.
You mentioned learning from Kirk a lot, especially with this franchise trying to build a sustainable future. How important is it for you and your own growth that you aren't the guy that needs to turn things around right away week 1, that you can learn at your own pace and then eventually take over the reins when you win that battle?
Yeah, my opinion on that is I don't ever think there's one guy. It's a collective effort, and it's a whole team. Being able to being implemented and in this culture has been an amazing experience. Everyone on the team, we have so many great leaders across the offense, defense that have heightened the sense of urgency, and that starts with Coach Kubiak. So I'm taking a following role right now with those veteran leaders, and I'm just trying to do my part, focus on the next rep, and do everything I possibly can to prepare myself to be the best asset I can for my team. And whatever decision is made at the end, that's fantastic, and I'm all for it. I just want the team to win. So that's where I'm at. But I believe that we have so many great players on that team, and there's a heightened sense of urgency.
Fernando, can you
So he pretty much like just stop asking me.
I do.
Oh,
I will say this in regards to Mendoza, that he is taking the process in the way that he should. You know what I'm saying? He's learning from the coaches, but like he said, he's also asking Kirk Cousins and observing what, like even back to what he was talking about, how Kirk Cousins compartmentalizes, the playbook to, certain, categories and stuff like that will help, him help Mendoza get, get to where he's comfortable with it. So it seems like he's taking the right processes, but again, it's still a process.
sure it is.
shed some light on what the difference is from being in a college environment to an NFL environment? And maybe you touched on it when you talked about all the veterans, but in your words, what's the comparison?
Well, there's the on-field and there's the off-field. The on-field, the standard, the margins are smaller and the standards are higher, although Coach Leonard held a very, very high standard, especially in the quarterback room at Indiana. But just the margins are smaller because, the NFL, I would say, across the league is a little bit more of an even dynamic and equilibrium rather than college, where you kind of get some disparity sometimes. And being able to connect with, for example, Kirk's 37 years old and I'm 22. So be able to connect with Kirk.
Uh-oh, here we go. I have a feeling I just have a feeling that this is going to go over so many people's head. I just got a feeling it is. He's literally about to answer this age thing about everybody keep talking about. Cousin's 39. They keep trying to make him older so they can say he's 40. But whatever. All right, I'm ready, Fernando. Look, that shock look you got on your face right now, that's the thumbnail. Let's go.
On and off college, where you kind of get some disparity sometimes. And being able to connect with, for example, Kirk's 37 years old and I'm 22. So be able to connect with Kirk on and off the field is a different relationship than, let's say, me and a sophomore receiver, Charlie Becker, who's, I'm 22 and he's 20. So it's a lot different, but I feel like the entire team has embraced that challenge and that opportunity. And if anything, it's a benefit and it's a positive thing because I'm able to learn as a rookie, where all the rookies are able to learn from the veteran players like Kirk, like Max, like Quay. I mean, all those, and like Tyler Linderbaum, like all those guys who have all that fantastic wisdom and advice and have had the highs of their career and, although very little lows in their career as well, being able to learn from that and be able to help us accelerate our development.
Last question. So many moments that attributed to your growth, but is there a specific one that you continue to reflect on that gave you the biggest push?
In the NFL?
So far,
yeah. In the NFL. I think it comes from the standard that Coach Kubiak, Coach Janoko, and Coach Sullivan demand, especially in OTAs. There are, maybe one or two practices or two reps that I thought, hey, this was a really, really good rep. And then we get in the film room and maybe it might have, slid past in college, and we get in the film room and, you get torn apart because of a small detail, but then you end up realizing when you watch the game film and you talk to the veterans that, hey, in the game, the margins are only even smaller. And in reality, when you thought that was a great ball, it's really a 50-50 ball because you didn't throw on the correct timing. And so be able to learn from that and have, honestly, frustrations, with my own play, and has helped my growth, has helped new neurological pathways form because it creates that pressure and that positive pressure and that positive stress in order to grow and learn as a quarterback.
Great. Thanks, Fernando.
Thank you, guys. God bless. Appreciate it.
God bless.
Too bad. All right, that wasn't too bad. So before we get to Jeanty, we got to pull the mic down because it's already at his forehead. So overall, what you gotta say about the Mandalorian, the Mandalorian or whatever, and the nanosexuals, the Mandalorian. There we go. So, because I heard what I needed to hear, like
I hope everybody heard what he had to say, not what we had to say, what he had to say.
Right. Okay, let's get to it. Let's see what No Sugar talking about.
Bring this down, man.
Oh,
Fernando, man, too tall.
How you feeling? Second year, back at it. Second day of training camp. How's everything going for you?
It's going good. I mean, I'm excited. It's just great to be back out here with everybody. Continue to get better, and have a great year too.
Can you really take anything when you're not in pads from what you're seeing from the offensive line about with their development, or you have to wait till we get into pads at this point?
No, I think right now it's like perfect. We're building chemistry. Seeing how everybody blocks, how they move. So we're all kind of building that right now and growing with each other. And then when the pads come on, then it'll be a lot easier.
Janoko told us yesterday that you have really emerged as trying to grow in your own leadership role. He said it was great to see. What has that looked like for you? Are you more vocal, or are you just showing it more in the field?
Yeah, I think being more vocal for sure. I mean, it's always tough, being in your first year, trying to figure out so much stuff. But, this year, there's a lot, of expectations for me, and I think I got to make a big jump. But I think that starts with, helping my teammates as well and just being a better teammate. So I think that starts with leadership.
You know what? There we go. That's. I love the fact that he knows the expectation, right? I would say he had a decent year, if not a good year, all things considered. But nobody played good last year, so I get it. The fact that he knows he needs to make a leap, and the fact that he understands the way that he gets to that leap is not to boost his own individual stat, it's to become more of a leader, do something that's probably out of his comfort zone, become a verbal leader, and then build his confidence with his guys, and then the byproduct would be that jump and that leap. And the fact that he's already there in his mind and he's changed his diet, from what I understand, and he's committed, he's all in. So just like in my intro, when they called him, he was like Super Bowl's on the way. Like, I didn't see that last year when they called him. And when I saw that, I was like, okay. So I really think Jeanty as a number 6 pick was a good pick. I know a lot of people are nitpicking him, saying he don't have the it factor, he not this and he not that. But there's a lot of things that he do have that I think that what makes a champion. So it makes a winner. So I like him as a 6th pick. What do you think about what he have to say right now?
I think we're in a position where we need no matter where we're at, we need pillars. You know what I'm saying? And right now we got a few and we need a little more. You know what I'm saying? We got Ashton Jeanty. He's a pillar at the running back position. We got a pillar at tight end with Brock Bowers, and possibly, you know what I'm saying, fingers crossed and prayerfully, you know what I'm saying, Fernando Mendoza is a pillar at the quarterback position of the future. You know what I'm saying? So we need to continue to build, you know what I'm saying, pillars. You know what I'm saying? We need a pillar to emerge, you know what I'm saying, at our wide receiver, you know what I'm saying, core. And then when you got those pillars, then you can start filling out the those are the bones, and then you can build the flesh around those guys. You know what I'm saying? So we don't right now we're in a position where we don't have too many worries at the running back position, and it's because we've drafted Ashton Jeanty. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest concerns that coming out was his pass protection. He shored that up, and he's still with the bad offensive line, you know what I'm saying, was still able to get 1,000 yards. So just imagine if we can get a half decent offensive line, the production that we'll get out of Ashton Jeanty. So I'm all for it. One of the biggest things for me coming out of draft for Ashton Jeanty, because everybody was talking about Ashton Jeanty was, I was like, make sure we get an offensive line to help out Ashton Jeanty, because I knew that Ashton Jeanty's success was going to be real success was going to be predicated on the offensive line. And I think we did a disservice to Ashton Jeanty last year, because I think Ashton Jeanty could have easily been rookie of the year, but because of the bad play of our offensive line, he wasn't able to get that award for himself.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do.
In the off season, how did you prepare for that, knowing that you wanted to take that extra jump? And what are some things that you did heading into year two?
Yeah, I think just really, putting in the work, during the summer, continuing to get better, so, that when I come back, I can, show and prove my teammates that, I'm a great player and, I really want to win. So I think it starts with that.
What are your expectations for yourself this year?
I think just to take a step forward, you know what I'm saying? And each and every facet of the game. I wouldn't say so much stats-wise, but I think, if I just continue to get better, then, all those things will come with it.
Fernando just said his favorite part of this offense are some of the run concepts. How do you see your skill set fitting into that scheme?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can, run in any scheme, but, this one's especially great, running the wide zone and all that, and, just really attacking the defense and, getting them running and then, hit them with some inside zone and play action. So everything goes together really well, and just super excited to keep getting better at the run schemes.
We saw you lining up in the slot a few times. How much do you think this offense under Kubiak is going to help accentuate your versatility?
Yeah, I think it's going to help a lot. And, that was one thing I, worked on this offseason, just getting better at running routes. So, I mean, in this offense, anybody can pretty much do any route. So the more I continue to do that, I think the more it'll help the team out and help us win.
We heard you say that you changed.
Yeah, that's interesting, and I can see that because they're gonna do all the receivers like that, put them in positions that you might not normally see. That's why I was like they're gonna put Brock Bowers in the backfield sometimes. I'm glad to see that from Jeanty. I'm glad to see he worked on that. He definitely can. He definitely can put up some receiving yards this year. If he's really a matchup a problem. He's a matchup problem. So I'm glad to hear that about him because he showed that he scored 5 touchdowns running and 5 receiving. So yeah, he's a weapon. We keep talking about this wide receiver one thing. We might just have one wide receiver, and that means all of them is just one wide receiver. We just got one wide receiver, and that's all of them. It's like Voltron.
Of your diet a little bit in the off season. What was the reason that you felt like you needed to do that?
I think just just putting the good stuff in your body. Just trying to find ways to get better. You know what I'm saying? Each and every single way possible.
You felt the difference, like physically, with how you feel?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, just a better diet. Better recovery. Just better everything. Honestly.
When you look back at your rookie season, what do you most take out of that you think will help you this year?
Yeah, just when everything is not going well, just continuing to go to work and have hope and faith, and I think that'll carry into this year. And just take it 1 week at a time. Whether you win or you lose, you got to attack the next game, the next week with the same mindset.
See Fernando these past 2 days of practice. Where do you feel like he's grown the most since June?
Yeah, I definitely feel like he's getting more comfortable. He's going through his reads and he's really getting the ball out quicker. So that's really good to see from him.
What stands out about the way Mike Washington runs now that you've been on the practice field with him a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, he's just getting better each and every single day. Obviously, he's got great bursts, good footwork, so he's continuing to get better each and every single day. So I love what I'm seeing from him, and, he's continuing to up the standard in the running back room and help, make it a better room.
How do you think his skills and yours complement each other in this offense?
Yeah, I think just being 2 great rushers, obviously. So, it's always great to come out the game and have another guy come in there and, there's no drop down. So I truly believe he'll, be able to help us win some games.
That's one thing that that's one thing
we both wanted that one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's actually one thing that I really like about where we are as a team is at the running back position. Now, Jeanty might be a little better, than Mike Washington at certain things, but when you break down the essence of what you're going to ask for, you know what I'm saying? Can they run inside? Yes. Can they both run outside? Yes. Can they both catch? Yes. You know what I'm saying? We still need to see Mike Washington in pass pro, but when you break down the basics of what you're going to be asking for these guys to do, they can both do the same things. And that's not going to be a telltale sign when you see both of those guys switch in and out. You know what I'm saying? Where Jeanty comes out and Mike Washington comes in, it could be the same play. You know what I'm saying? Jeanty could be running, you know what I'm saying? He could run that one play, and then, you know, they switch, and Mike Washington, they might run the same play. You know what I'm saying? And they might be like, oh, we thought it was going to be a switch up. Nah, it was the same play. You know what I'm saying? Because both of those guys can, in essence, do the same thing.
Yeah, for me, my thing about them is either one of them can hit the home run. It's kind of like how the A's had Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire. Like, if you even if you got around Canseco, you still got to see McGwire. You know what I'm saying? So any one of them can hit the home run at any time. And like he said, there's no drop off. He's not trying to say that they both equal in talent and all that. What he's saying is they both have the ability to break a 20-yarder, break one to the crib. And like you said, it could be the same play, different formation. Because they could be like, dang, that worked, right? So we're going to run the same play, different formation, send this guy over there in motion and run the same play, but with a different player. Might even flip the play. You know what I'm saying? And it just might be just that simple. So I'm with him on that. I love that versatility in our one running back room and the ability to do that. And you can tell that it's a collaborative thing because it's not like this competition thing that they got going on. Because Jeanty already comfortable in his scheme, no different than Kirk was.
What was your biggest lesson or learning experience from your rookie year that kind of spinning forward you've put into process or into action?
I'd say just consistency, you know. And sometimes you don't always get the results you want on the field, but you have to continue to be consistent regardless of the results that you get, you know, week after week.
Ashton, what would you say to the culture that is starting to be built here with the new coaches and all, how it's working out so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's a different energy, urgency in the building. And, you know, I truly believe that, you know, starts from the top down. So I love
you know what, man?
what I'm seeing. Yeah, I mean, there's a different energy, urgency in the building. And, you know, I truly believe that, you know, starts from the top down. So I love what I'm seeing so far, you know, from everybody. And it's only going to continue to grow and, you know, get better as the days go on.
So you telling me it don't start with the player up? It starts from the top down? So, but that tells me, though, that we on our way, though. Because if our players is feeling that and seeing that, and then they emulate that or fall in line with that or submit to that, that's when we're going to start seeing a bunch of wins. That's when it's going to happen. So we're getting the mindset. The mindset is becoming part of our DNA right now.
Mm-hmm.
You experienced that at Boise State. Does that help you making the transition here with the coaching change?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out. So, you know, a new regime in, but obviously they came in and, you know, they brought a lot of change. And so change for the better is always good.
Quay Walker was just saying you guys had a conversation at OTAs, kind of exchanged notes a little bit, talked about each other's games. I guess, what does it mean to have veterans kind of reach out to you like that and try to, you know, share the information?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he's one of the best linebackers in the game. I feel like he's a little underrated. But, yeah, obviously, you know, with what he's done to, you know, learn from him, learn what he's watching, you know, what running backs are doing, it only helps my game. And, you know, to see how I can better set up runs and all types of things.
It's early on, but what do you think the identity of this team is looking like in the early going?
Yeah, I think we're going to be the most conditioned team, most physical team, and, you know, we're going to play together, you know what I'm saying, to win games.
You talked about building chemistry with the O-line. How has being in the year two and coming back with some of the other O-linemen helped build chemistry for this year?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think it starts with, you know, the relationship you know, getting to know those guys more, you know, hanging out with them. And then obviously on the practice field, communicating, you know, talking about things, you know, I might have seen or they seen, and of course putting the work in, and you know, that's always going to build the chemistry.
All good, guys?
Yep.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, y'all.
Okay, get up out of there.
I think and before we get into Quay, because it ties into Quay, I think the brothership between, you know, Ashton, Jeanty, and Quay are definitely going to help both of those guys. I think them having conversations with each other, saying, "Hey, this is what I see from you," you know what I'm saying, and this is what I see from you, you know what I'm saying, or what you know, what are you seeing as a linebacker that, you know what I'm saying, will put me in a advantageous situation, you know what I'm saying, and that's the conversation that, even though they're offense and defense, they can talk to each other because they're teammates. So, hey, as a linebacker, this is what I'm looking at when you know what I'm saying, you're telling on yourself when you do X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I'm saying, you're giving me a tell sign when you do X, Y, and Z. You need to clean that up. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things within communication, body language, all of that these guys are trying to get cues off of each other on how to beat each other. But again, because they're teammates, they're trying to help themselves for against other teams. Because again, if I'm a linebacker and Black is a running back, and there's something that Black continues to do, I can guarantee that all the other 31 teams linebackers is seeing the same thing. So if I can call it out and say, "Hey, clean this up while we're in training camp," then that's what is happening. So it's good that they're not only just talking to the people in their room, but they're talking to the people that are opposing them on their team.
Yeah, Quay. Yeah, so linebacker and running back is kind of like one and the same. A lot of linebackers played running back in high school, so they do have insight for one another. And like you said, the ability to have that checks and balance between the two is only going to help him, because he's going to let him know this might be a cutback lane in that zone stretch, or, you know, we can't get to this part unless something happens, or whatever the tip is. It just helps the team get better, and I like what I'm hearing there, and I'm excited. So let's see what Quay say. Good finish it up, Quay.
Or in a negative light, in a positive, hey, we want to move it down.
I guess just how do you see the defense kind of coming together here? Training camp wrapping up. How have you seen the defense come together?
I think we come together pretty well. We have different personnel, so we move a lot of guys around. I don't want to say too much, but I think it kind of fit in everybody personnel, and we falling around pretty good. Still got to get a hang of everything and just playing with one another. But other than that, it's been pretty good.
Did you hear Max kind of told a story about during OTAs, he looked over and saw you and kind of started laughing. He's like, "You've never seen a linebacker as big as me. It's kind of crazy to have you around." He told that story yesterday.
Oh, I ain't said it. I remember it though. Yeah, this was like probably like our first walkthrough, probably in like OTAs. He turned around, he looked at me, he just started smiling. I didn't know what he was laughing at, and I ended up asking what he was laughing at. He was just like, "Bro, you big," you know what I'm saying? I kind of look similar to him, so I get that a lot. But yeah, that was it.
Not only on the defense.
I just asked Robbie.
So Quay Walker really like that big?
Huh?
Quay Walker really like he a giant, like a baby giant?
He's actually a bigger linebacker. You know, and that's one of the things about him is that he's a bigger linebacker, but he can move, you know what I'm saying? He can move like he's an outside linebacker, but he's big. Even Max Crosby said he's, you know, he's close to you know, he's close to his size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your size, your speed, you are a weapon that can attack from anywhere on the field. How much do you like this Robbie Leonard system where they're going to use you?
Man, I love it because
Come on now. You've been doing good this whole time. Don't get to starting tripping now.
Let me actually pull that up so we can get some context.
teams can really, you know what I'm saying, dictate like where I'm gonna be at. So I'm gonna be lining up everywhere. It's kind of what I kind of wanted. My whole career, I didn't want to just be a stay still like type of player. I kind of like to move around just because of my skill set with my size, my speed, and everything like that. But I just got to stay locked in. But I love it, and so far it's pretty good.
Just the trust between all of you guys, because you guys are playing different positions, different personnel grouping. How have you guys got the communication down to where it's at now?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's getting better each and every day. But we got to keep on hitting at it like each and every day, and especially during times like this. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting a lot of team periods and everything like that, and personnel's changing. So the bigger the communication is, the better we're gonna be overall. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you have a defense where it sounds like a core is out there, if we all on one core, whether we're wrong or we're right, at the end of the day, we'll still be right if we is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just by communication. So I think it starts from there, though.
Well, I tell the truth, even when I lie.
Hey, so he is for those that are trying to figure out Quay Walker, his size is 6'4", 240.
6'4", 240.
Yeah.
Dark was good with it. It says stay tuned for Quay Walker interview. Yeah. You see, Walker's a big dude, 6'4", 240. The bigger question is the depth behind Walker. Dude is elite as it is. Yeah, we definitely need to shore up that area, but you know, for right now, we just need bro to just thug it out for now.
Yeah. 6'4", 240.
Kobe, he's calling the play in the huddle, and I see you being able to recognize, hey, what we in. What's your role once he makes the play huddle call?
I kind of still treat it like I'm a green dot because I had a green dot for all 4 years when I was in Green Bay. So I kind of treat it the same, whether the D&D is 1st and 10, 1st and 8, 2nd and 7, get back on track. Those situations, I'm just to learn screens, play action, whatever the case may be. 3rd and short situation, 4th and short. Just alert the D-line, you know what I'm saying, to watch the ball, you know what I'm saying, earmuffs. It's not hit a cadence. Just watch the ball, get off on the ball, move when the ball move, and things like that. I still have a lot of knowledge because I played a lot of ball, so I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing just because I'm technically not the green dot, but still, though, I still treat it like I am. That's all.
How different is that for you to not?
It's kind of different, but it kind of allowed me just have a little less on my plate, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm at my best probably. Not saying that I don't like it because I am a linebacker, so I still treat it like it's the same. But, yeah, it freed me up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I still help Kobe out, just help the defense out by being a great communicator.
Talking about being freed up, I mean, like, how much more fun is it to kind of now be on the field knowing that you're going to be putting a lot more positions as a linebacker in this defense?
Man, it's pretty fun, honestly, because it pretty much just put me at ease, you know what I'm saying? Not saying my mind is not still going because that's me regardless of whatever the situation is. But, like I just said, it just kind of freed me up a little bit. That way I can just, you know what I'm saying, just focus on certain things instead of actually having to get the call. Because in the game, I'm not going to be able to get the call because there's only one guy who have the mic. So that's it.
In the spring, you were very vocal, and I just kind of chalked it up to Kobe not being there.
Mm-hmm.
2 days of training camp. And how much does it help to have two guys back there as vocal as the two you are?
I think it kind of helps. It kind of pretty much sent me back to college with him. It's the same thing. It kind of just always reflect and go all the way back to college because, you know, I haven't played with him in like 4 years. So it always just bring back, you know what I'm saying, the memories that we had just by both of us being vocal. And anytime you have two linebackers like that can be alpha males and just speak out and communicate like that, it betters the whole defense. So that's all I can say.
What would you say about just the process that you went through this offseason, not just as a player and developing your skill set, but the move, coming to a new team, being under Kubiak and a new coach system?
It was kind of different at first, but it wasn't too big of a difference, I don't say, especially probably after the first 2 days. I got accustomed to everything. Not only that, coming in with some teammates that I already played with, so I'm not too shy away from everything, but I don't really talk a whole lot. But I had Stokes and I had N'Kobe, so kind of dumbed everything down, you know what I'm saying? Then we had a new coaching staff as well, so I'm not the only new person. So I think everybody greeted me with open arms, so I was pretty good.
Before free agency, was there any communication where it would be like, hey, it's cool if we could get all the band back together somewhere, or was it just a happy coincidence?
It was just a happy coincidence. I think I talked to Stokes more than I talked to Kobe. I was talking to Kobe the whole entire day when free agency first hit, and we were just weighing our options and everything like that. And we had already I think both of us was including the Raiders, I want to say, and last minute, I think when I made my decision, but I didn't tell anybody. He had him in telling me he was going to the Raiders, and I told him too. He thought I was playing. That's just how it came about.
I'm just sorry if you were asked before. How impressed are you to see Max Crosby out there playing 100%? Literally, how impressed are you to see Max Crosby out there playing 100% after dealing with recovering from knee surgery for the last 7 months?
I don't think he can really tell that he really went through what he went through last year. Honestly, me and Kobe talked about that on the sideline. Probably like, I don't know if it was period 5, period 6. After the first team period, we're like, man, Matt's flying. So I ain't really surprised though. You know what I'm saying? All the great players, the elite players, are pretty much how it goes. And hand to hand, as in when it comes to practice, everybody treat it like it's the game, and that's something that he do. So I'm just trying to pick up off his energy as much as I can. That's all I can say.
On the back end of that, he actually had a comment about you yesterday where you guys were in the walkthrough, and he said that he just laughed at you because he had never seen an off-ball linebacker.
Yeah.
Like, your size and speed.
Yeah.
What is it like being able to play alongside him? I guess impress him in that regard.
I don't know. I kind of been hearing that ever since I got in the league, honestly, a little bit in college too, because I'm built like an outside linebacker. So it means a lot coming from him. But I kind of laughed at it the first time we talked about it because I was kind of wondering why he was laughing. And then I ended up asking him a question. He told me why he was laughing. And we just joked around about it ever since then. So that's it.
How big has the shock been from going from Green Bay for 4 years to now being in Vegas, two completely different cities, and now you don't have to worry about like the weather, snow, all that?
Kind of got accustomed to the cold weather, honestly. But like now, I don't really even think about my past. No offense to what I'm saying, that organization, because I loved it there. But I done got accustomed to being here now. Having experienced the game, game day, you know what I'm saying, what it's like. But it's to come, you know what I'm saying? But I'm accustomed to everything here now, especially the heat. So still trying to get right with that. But
you ain't gonna get right with that.
May take a while.
Robbie said that. Yeah, right.
Not quite, because I don't think the coaches really got in the huddle. We didn't have like the mics in college, so we had to look. All of us had to look to the sideline and get the call like they'll signal. So it's kind of different here. Probably kicking them out because in the game he's not gonna be able to get in the huddle. So probably the reason why I'm doing that.
Right.
Quay, let me ask you this: you being a veteran player, you come to a franchise that has had its struggles, not been very good, but trying to rebuild. What's your mindset in terms of trying to put your impact on that?
I'm just trying to bring a certain intensity here, a certain type of coach, a way guys should really play, which is the Raider way, fast, physical, and just with a certain type of attitude. I'm just trying to bring that.
What he say?
Like I always say, I ain't trying to.
What's your mindset in terms of trying to put your impact on that?
I'm just trying to bring a certain intensity here, a certain type of coach, a way guys should really play, which is the Raider way, fast, physical, and just with a certain type of attitude. I'm just trying to bring that. But like I always say, I ain't trying to come here and beat everybody else, because I think everybody can say the right things, but it's another thing to go out there and actually do it. So I'm just more focusing on proving my point, as in proving myself right, proving the organization and the teammates, you know what I'm saying, and my teammates right, and just going out there and playing the right way and just let my play speak for itself.
What's it been like going against Ashton Jeanty?
They're pretty good, man. He's so young, fast, electric, powerful, and everything like that. I haven't really went up against him in pads and everything like that, but he's so explosive, smart as well. I try to pick his brain, try to pick mine. We don't had a talk like in OTAs after meetings, just speaking on each other and getting little tips from each other. So it's been pretty good, I'll say.
All good, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Well, I like Quay Walker.
I
like Quay Walker.
I'm liking. He's confirming what I'm feeling in regards to Rob Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Like the communication between the linebackers, you know what I'm saying, is going to be key for the success of our D line and our defense, and it's going to allow Rob Leonard to cook if these guys continue to stay healthy. You know, I think he's the only one. If I'm mistaken, Quay Walker was the only one that said Raider way. You know what I'm saying? Said something in regards to the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, he said, I came to play the Raider way. He said, I'm not really here to talk like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that could talk, but I'm here to put in the work. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I think I'm giving the defense a little more points after what I heard, today from Quay Walker and definitely from Rob Leonard. There might be something real special being cooked over there on the defensive side. May take some time. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, Robbie has to put it all together. But I think there's some young pieces there that it can come together.
Yeah,
What you
having
think,
like
Matt?
having two, it's like having two green dot guys that only intensifies your communication, because if Jacoby yells something out, Quay gonna know what he said, and he gonna know how to communicate to his half of the field, and they'll be able to communicate with each other about what it is they see, and making Quay even like be more free to do what he do and take some of the responsibility off his plate, then that gives him the freedom to wreck games. Now that just means that Kobe Dean, you're a big part of this, integral part of this offense. I mean, the defense. Now, if something was happening to him, knock on wood, if you with me, or at least we do have a competent guy that's used to the green dot. It might not mean a whole lot, but it means a lot, though. So that's how I kind of feel about that.
I think at this point, we got two middle linebackers, that are going to be on the field at the same time. Like you said, if Kobe Dean does go down, Quay will probably most likely be, he'll probably assume that leadership and then allow everybody else to flow around, just to save, not save face, but just kind of keep things together. And because they do have a brothership, that goes beyond what they're creating right here with us, I think it'll be even more of a positive in regards to our defense. There's going to be times where, we're going to be running the 4-2-5, and we know that the two linebackers out there are going to be those two guys. So, there is concern, of who is going to step up behind those guys. But it seems like, with the most, some of the most recent news, they're trying to do their best to address, that linebacker position behind those two guys, because we need more than just two good linebackers. And we need those young guys like Eichenberg, Lindenberg, and Sorey and all those guys to like Hip Hop Harry. Who's next? You know what I'm saying? Who is next?
Yeah. The Vita Beta. I don't know. Nothing happened today. He did do an interview I need to go watch to see what he said. I guess he having the good old standoff, to see playing chicken and see who's gonna swerve first. So hopefully Spytech is getting his something together, which is funny because I saw something that was talking about Mitchell Renz and like how the Raiders are. He reported that the Raiders is probably offered something already. Now, is this something that he know? I don't know, but nobody else reported that. But I started seeing that everyone was saying everybody got that information from him. Now, is that a case of him just saying some stuff and You know, like how these social media content creators just say stuff and create narratives, or do you think that he got that information from inside?
There might be an inside source, but again, it for it to be a solidified take, what I'm saying, there has to be a confirmation. You know what I'm saying? And if he's the only one that's putting it out there, I don't think there's really a clear confirmation. Of course, there's always, the Tweety birds, what I'm saying, the mockingbirds, what I'm saying, that are just mocking, what I'm saying, whatever is being said, but are those solidified sources?
Yeah, they said that dude just talk out his neck. And then Flores says he got it from Max's people, because I think that might be his plug, Max's people. I don't know, because I kind of heard that Mitchell might not, the Raider, they might not be feeling him like that because how the fan responds to the team based on how the stuff that he do and say. That's how some of the fans kind of saw things differently from last year when we talk about Geno Smith. And I see it now. A lot of people over blame Geno Smith. They over blame Geno Smith and the fans just kind of took it too far with him, man. But it is what it is when it comes to him. Let's see. I would bet that the Raiders notify Max about any offers. This is mostly an evaluation process at the team now, due to evaluate the value talent. I would bet that the Raiders notify Max about any offers. This is mostly an evaluation process at the teams now, due to evaluate the value talent. So they're essentially, this is the time that they're evaluating the talent that they have. But this is something that players that have that's in the last year of the contract with no guaranteed money, this is what happens. It's pretty standard. And so now they're going to see if they're going to end up giving them money or not. It looks like they're not about to give the money to Baker Mayfield. So they might go into a full rebuild.
Yeah, they're in a money situation over there. He's you just said the quarterback's name. I'm drawing a blank on him. Who's the quarterback?
For who?
Tampa Bay.
Baker Mayfield.
Thank you. I was drawing a blank on his name. I was going to say Bradford.
Yeah.
And I know that wasn't it. He was saying that he's disgruntled on not having a contract. And the negotiations that are not happening. So yeah, they're in a money situation over there, and there might be more than one that might be might be moving up out. And right now Vita Vea is at camp, but he's not participating. So
I ain't doing it.
That's verified. He's actually out there with his jersey and everything else, but he's not. So he's what they call it, sitting in. I'm drawing a blank.
Something gonna have to give though here pretty soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you don't like we were talking about that the other day. You don't want that on the sideline, that drama, that vibe. Not saying that Vita Vea is a toxic player.
Yeah,
but everybody knows. Everybody knows why people's, contract wise, people know why people sit out and stuff like that. But you just don't want that around, you know what I'm saying? Like, to take care of business or we're going to have to move on. And right now they're in a position where he's already said that he wants out. So it's not a situation where, I mean, they're in a position where they either need to get draft capital for him or go ahead and give him some more guaranteed money.
Dang, yeah, they're gonna have to give him something. They're gonna have to give him something. He says, when we start winning games that we are supposed to lose, then we have a team. Yeah, I can see that. Vita Vez says he tweeted his back. Vita Vez says he tweeted his back. I'm thinking he doesn't want to be on the Bucks anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. He don't want to be there no more. But I mean, if they're gonna pay him, he'll play there. I mean, he only been there for how long? But
Hey, that's his excuse to sit out. You know what I'm saying? I tweaked my back. You know what I'm saying? I can't go out there and do the drills. So that they all do that. They all fake an injury.
he tweaked his back. Oh yeah. Sure, it's a tweak.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or he might have back issues, but because he has back issues, he can always call that, I re-aggravated my leg, or you know what I'm saying? Like that they do that so they're able to sit out. But
yeah, and the back is one of them because you can't check it.
Yeah. And everybody knows that he's saying that, but it's more of the contract situation.
Vita is he homesick. Well, come on home because we need a D tackle. We need the D tackle. So come on home then.
He right across the street from me, man.
So what are we looking forward to coming up now? So who else do we need to hear in a presser? We need to hear what? Nakobe Dean. What are we hearing from any of the rookies? No. We need to hear from Nakobe Dean. We need to hear from Jeremy Chin, Nakobe Dean, Jeremy Chin, and who else?
You might hear from Stooks.
We need to hear from AOC.
I don't know about that. I think they got him in the basement. You know what I'm saying? With Kirk Cousins and the Nando sexuals, they can't get enough of Fernando Mendoza telling them that he ain't ready.
They're gonna hear from the people under the stairs. That's where AOC at. People under the stairs.
What? Why do I hear something under the stairs?
Right, that's AOC.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how's backing up Kirk Cousins? How's that going?
Right. Let me see. So some people saying McCoy be cool to Tokyo Toe. Mendoza, I think they picking people that they know gonna make the team and win their position.
Yeah.
Except for the quarterbacks. They're gonna parade all the quarterbacks out there. I mean, I get probably like in a normal camp they wouldn't stick the third string quarterback out there, but I think they'll go ahead and put him out there. But if they don't, then yeah, you're right. He in the basement. He but the thing is, he's the number 2 quarterback. That's the funny thing. By situation.
The only reason why Fernando Mendoza is getting the buzz that he's getting is because he's the number 1 pick overall. Because really think about it. The only quarterback, you know what I'm saying, that does get press conferences is the starting quarterback. Unless they're in a position that it was like the Cleveland Browns where it's where it's a clear competition. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you do talk to Deshaun Watson. Yeah, you do talk to Shador. But in this situation where it's clear that Kirk Cousins is the starter, the only reason why Fernando Mendoza is getting PR is because of him being the number 1 pick and the you know what I'm saying, the Nando sexuals.
Yeah, so Sacktown Raider Mike said, Twuan, I'll be on the show later. I'm definitely using Nando sexuals. I will give you props though.
That's all. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and shout out to Raider Twuan for tagging the Nando sexuals. The Nando
Yeah,
sexuals.
you really did. You really did though. That's hella funny.
I mean, it's a fetish. You know what I'm saying? It really is a fetish.
He said it's a fetish. So funny. Hey, we announced today that the Fight or Flight Club is officially a thing. It's officially a thing. You see these content creators up there. It's like how many of them up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. 10 of them. You know that we might not be the ones with the 10,000 subscribers and the 40, 50,000 subscribers. You know how they, look down on us and, they don't want to compromise their brand and all that, which is fine. That's fine. But there's a level where the grind is, and that's us. And so if you look, there's some factors over there on this list right there. I know I see the Raider Rebel, Sacktown Mike over there with the swag, with Aaliyah over there. I see Yerk. What y'all know about Yerk? Y'all didn't know I knew Yerk, huh? I got introduced to Yerk. Yerk gonna pull up. And you see Raider Twuan with the Twuan Sky. Y'all don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that. And then I know the first person y'all probably saw was Severe. I know a lot of people Severe. And Raider Jason over there and Pizzle. And Raider First Down, and you see the good Raider, that's before I even get to myself. So shout out to the guys that's gonna do the show. We're gonna have it's gonna be 6 people on the panel. So that means we're gonna have rotating panels. If you guys want to be on the panel, I'm telling you, 7 more people. I'm gonna close it off for a little while, and then when it get hot and everybody want to get on, it's gonna be hard because those 17 guys, 18 people, they're gonna have first dance, and that's 3 weeks. 18 people is 3 weeks. We're gonna be on every Sunday, so you might want to get in where you fit in right now. And not only that, you guys are gonna be one of the judges. You're gonna dictate whether or not who got the take, who got the hot take, who was right, who's not, and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna hash things out. So come check it out. I'm really excited about it, Twuan, and I appreciate you for being a part of this. So what are you thinking about it?
Man, I'm excited about it. I tried my best to keep it football. You know what I'm saying? No matter where I'm at, I know I do my spiritual aspect of things, and that's that. But I when I get on these panels, man, I like to talk football, and sometimes it do get heated. You know what I'm saying? We had a little gave them a little taste of it yesterday. When we was talking about Max with his shirt off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
And we broke it down. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of stuff I like. You know what I'm saying? You can always have a nice heated debate. You know what I'm saying? Have a nice heated discussion without making it personal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Having to figure out where somebody lives and et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So because they don't got to get to fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some things do, but this stuff, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't worth it. So having good, healthy debates, you know what I'm saying? Being able to see both sides. Because again, I'm one of those guys where, I may be saying this take, but I definitely see the point from the other side. You know what I'm saying? And having those kind of conversations too. So it makes great conversation. You know what I'm saying? Talking about sports, and I don't want to go too deep in further on what else we'll be discussing, but it'll be good debates, good conversation, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? And some people will be with you, some people won't be with you, and that's fine. And we'll every night we'll leave it just there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna leave. It ain't gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? Off that line. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, and the funny thing about it is we gonna know who the strong debaters are in the Raiders sphere, in the Raiders verse. Because they're gonna bring the heat, and the people are gonna know. And that's gonna be good because iron sharpens iron. We will be. I remember there was a time that we had the most informed fan base. I remember the Raider fans were the most informed fans. Like we actually knew the game. There's a lot of people that say they love the game now. I question that because of our emotionalism towards the game. Going up and down. The game is the game. So I think this would be good. And sure, the big guys they won't come on there, but it's the underground. So I'm very excited about it. Jack Gustav, you say you want to get on the lineup and subscribe to it. That's my EBH_black. That's my IG. Hit my IG. Hit my IG if you want to be a part of it.
Yeah, he said he liked the lineup. He want to subscribe to it. You right where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and subscribe to Business Decisions Sports. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the main hub, but we gonna be broadcasting it to all. You know what I'm saying? All channels. So if you just want to watch and support all the other brothers that will be simulcasting it, definitely do that because we definitely need those thumbs ups on the other channels for real.
Yeah, Friday nights at 8:30 West Coast time. So that means you got time to go home, get your food. I know people don't like to cook on Fridays. Go and get your food. Go and get your sip. Go hit the dispensary if you need to, or hit the block. Get to the house. I mean, the first hour is going to be kind of a warm up, but everybody gonna be on the panel. But that second hour is gonna be 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and if somebody think they got it, they can go 4v1. It might depend on what the topic is. They might be the only person who believe that and see. And if one person can take 4 people in the structured debate, that person is gonna be. They need a championship belt.
Definitely.
Yeah, and so
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, and you see the people that are on the on the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? You'll be seeing that floating around on multiple platforms. These guys, these guys know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? They put in the work. You know what I'm saying? I'm one that has the handy dandy notebook, but these brothers, you know what I'm saying, I don't know their method of study, but they do their homework. So you'll be getting, not only just opinion, but you'll be getting some facts, you know what I'm saying, on whatever the topic may be. And who knows where the topics go, but you'll definitely you will get some facts. Or like I say on my channel, in regards to Raider information, you'll definitely get some Raider gospel.
Yeah, I forgot to mention Raider Nation Jason. He on there too. Yeah, I'm on there too. I'm hitting in there. I will be debating sometimes. I mean, I'm good for a good debate. I love a healthy debate. Matter of fact, this leads us to your question, Justice, before you said black. Now this is black talking. Nobody but black. This is black commentary. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna drop you down for a couple seconds, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna answer this question. Black, you said you and Raider Ben will do a live game commentary. What I said was I would think it would be epic that if we could do a live game commentary. I'm just being transparent with you guys when it comes to that. I tried to set it up with him, but he wanted to go a different direction for whatever the reason was. That's fine. He's entitled to that. He a grown man. He can drive his ship the way he wants to. I'm gonna drive my ship the way I want to. I will be doing commentary for the games, so you're gonna have to pick something because we're gonna be going on at the same time. It looks like. So I did want to go on with him. He was sharing with me that, hey, I'm really a factor out here, which I've seen him, call some games. And I really respect how he called games, and I also, showed him that I've done it too. You might not see it on my channel because when I was getting monetized, I unlisted all the games or some of the games or a lot of the games that I was calling, and I've had like 1,500 people in the chat. So, and that feeling that I had because I was doing Shador games, like all his college games, I really like followed him and Travis Hunter. Uh, so I'm looking forward to doing the games. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So you might wanna stay tuned. But hey, like Coach Kubiak say, may the best man win.
Oh, I'm
You was
sorry.
sitting back there chilling, huh?
Yeah, because my name is Bennett. You know what I'm saying?
And you ain't got nothing to do with it, huh?
I ain't in it.
He said the Raider verse. I like that one too, Black. I just keep collecting material. Oh yeah, that's what we do over here. You know how we do in the Bay. We make up our own stuff for sure. I suggest that you get Chris for Raiders in there. Shoot him my contact. Let me see. I could contact Chris for Raider. Good idea. Why? So tell me, why would you guys think that that would be a good collab for me and him? Not that I'm saying that it's not, because I trust you guys' judgment for sure. You said you already subscribed to Business Decision Sports. Thank you, I appreciate you. But can you hit my IG because you said you want to? No, you want to come on the panel, or if you just want to be able to watch the show. And one thing I will tell you guys about the show is after the show airs on that Friday night, it's going to go to members only. It's only going to go to the members only. Like the first hour will be for everybody. The second hour is going to go to the members only. So you want to be part of any of the tiers. Any of the tiers. I'm doing any of the tiers right now. I have 2 tiers, $1.99, $4.99. Any of the tiers, you'll have access to watch any of the Fight or Flight clubs at any time you want to. So I suggest you guys get to the membership. And I want to thank the 5 memberships that was gifted. And we have 6 members. So I will be doing a live in there sometime this weekend to talk about maybe a few things, maybe do a Q&A for you guys, kind of like a mixer and, smoke them if you got them type deal. So shout out to all the people that's in the membership. And we're trying to get our guys monetized so they can get memberships. Right? All right, well, we good, brother. Let's see. Let's see if there any more business that we need to attend to. Let me think. We didn't have no sponsors today, but that's cool. Yeah, but make sure you hit my my IG. Hit the IG. Let me see. No more comments. Okay, well, Twuan, you know how I like to end these. I want to be able to watch the Fight or Flight Club show. Okay, cool. Yeah, stay sub. Um, you might want to consider getting the membership though, because it's gonna be even some shows that's only. I think some of those gonna be only memberships because not in the beginning though. Not in the beginning. You know how you gotta do it. You gotta get them hooked on it, and then you gotta reel it back a little bit. But I think for a little bit we will have all of them on there. But there might be some special Sunday session or maybe even a Thursday night or something that will be memberships only. So there's a lot of perks of being with the members. Let's see here. Well, brother, you know how I like that. Send the people on their way with a good word.
I'll say this, and this is more towards the health realm. Drink some water. Your body will love it. Your body needs it. make sure you drink some water. Get creative. You know what I'm saying? Throw some fruit in your water. You know what I'm saying? Lemon, strawberry. Drink some water. It's getting hot. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that beer is nice and cold. But make sure you drink you some water. And if you want the water that never runs dry, hit me up on IG.
I like what you did right there. Yeah, salute to you too, Lakers. Salute to you as
Yeah,
well.
hey,
So,
shout
you
out to
know,
Lakers in 5. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my good brothers. You know what I'm saying? He is
okay.
If you are a Lakers fan, that is a great channel to go to and check out. So definitely Lakers in 5.
Yeah, well, you know, drinking water is a good thing. I need to go get some more. So I will receive what you said. It'll make your skin clearer. It'll make your system
And
just a little
also
bit better.
drink spring water. Spring water. So
Okay.
some waters are, you know, alkaline is okay. But some of these, like where it says purified, like if that's what you got, then go ahead and drink it. But if you want to, if you're going to go get water, make sure you get spring water.
Yeah,
It
'cause
does
all
it does
water
real
isn't
good benefits
created
for you.
equal. All water isn't created equal, you know. So we appreciate you guys watching from both channels, even all 3 channels, including Pizzles. You know, we appreciate you guys locking in, hacking into the show with us. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the loyalty. Y'all already know what it is. One nation. There's only one nation. That's the Raider Nation. Because I'm a Raider. He a Raider. You a Raider. Regardless of where they from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. All right.
I'm a Raider from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Recipes to Al Davis.